That healthy diet you're so proud of? It's actually a highly orchestrated chemical poisoning. Right now, 7 invisible assassins hiding inside your sugar-free and heart-healthy foods are violently corroding your liver. Discover the terrifying truth and the miraculous secret to reversing the fatal damage before it's too late. For more than 30 years of clinical medical practice, I have held thousands of diagnostic reports in my hands, each one a silent, heavy testament to human suffering. And there is a bitter, horrifying truth unfolding every single day right inside our own kitchens. The chronic diseases systematically devastating human lives do not originate solely from late-night alcohol binges or bags of greasy, deep-fried fast food. The real assassin is far more insidious, wearing a disguise of absolute perfection. These killers hide in plain sight, masquerading under highly persuasive, commercially funded labels: diet, heart healthy, low carb, vegan, or sugar-free. What you are buying is not health, but a systematic, silent corrosion, a relentless chemical assault on the most vital organ in your body, your liver. At Canada's Senior Health Guide 04 warmly welcomes you to our channel, where we strip away the medical jargon to reveal the absolute truth about your body. If you want to uncover the dark reality behind the food industry and reclaim control over your health, please take a brief moment right now to hit that subscribe button. Your subscription is the exact heartbeat and motivation we need to keep producing these deeply researched, life-saving videos for you in the future. Now, let me tell you the tragic, cautionary story of Margaret, a 52-year-old patient of mine. Margaret was the epitome of absolute dietary discipline. She ruthlessly eliminated all sweets, alcohol, and processed meats from her life. Instead, she religiously started every morning with a vegan protein shake, fueled her afternoons with a sugar-free keto energy bar, and diligently sautéed her vegetables in industrial seed oils heavily marketed as good for the heart. Yet, instead of radiating vitality, Margaret walked into my clinic in a state of complete and utter biological exhaustion. A thick, suffocating brain fog clouded her daily thoughts. Her digestive system was entirely paralyzed, and most alarmingly, her skin was incredibly dull, dry, and riddled with numerous brown spots that most doctors would casually and dismissively blame on natural aging. I looked Margaret in the eyes, and I want to tell you exactly what I told her. Your skin is the direct, uncompromising mirror of your internal liver health. When your skin sends out a desperate SOS signal, it means the liver deep inside your body is violently battling a raging fire of inflammation that has far exceeded its threshold of endurance. Our liver is a magnificent 3-pound biological chemical processing plant resting quietly in the upper right quadrant of our abdomen. It flawlessly executes over 500 distinct biological functions every single second, from metabolizing raw nutrients and breaking down complex hormones to neutralizing deadly, life-threatening toxins. Over millions of years of human evolution, this organ was masterfully designed to process raw, whole foods straight from nature. So, what exactly is the catastrophic problem we face today? The modern commercial food industry is violently overloading this magnificent factory with ultra-processed, synthetic ingredients. We are forcing our liver to decode, process, and metabolize artificial chemical compounds that it has never once encountered in the entire history of human evolution. The devastating outcome is an invisible epidemic of severe insulin resistance and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, locking down the human metabolism and leaving millions of people utterly incapable of losing weight, no matter how desperately they starve themselves. Today, as a physician who has witnessed this tragedy firsthand, I am going to pull back the curtain and expose the dark underbelly of those flashy food packages to identify the 7 deeply disguised chemical ingredients that are silently, mercilessly destroying your liver every single day. To understand this invisible destruction, we must first look at the very things we consume to satisfy our cravings without the guilt, beginning with the sweetener that shattered Margaret's metabolism. The first chemical culprit hiding in your pantry is likely masquerading as a natural, plant-based miracle: agave nectar and high fructose corn syrup derivatives found in countless low-glycemic health foods. When you consume regular glucose, every single cell in your body can use it for immediate energy. But fructose is an entirely different biological beast. It can only be metabolized by your liver. When you consume these highly concentrated, commercially extracted syrups, you are hitting your liver with a massive, targeted biochemical tsunami. Because the liver cannot process this unnatural volume of fructose into immediate energy, it forcefully converts it directly into liver fat through a process called de novo lipogenesis. You are literally marinating your liver in fat, setting the stage for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, all while believing you are making a healthy choice. And if you think you are safe because you only use zero-calorie artificial sweeteners, you are falling into an even more dangerous trap. The second assassin is the family of synthetic sweeteners like sucralose and aspartame, omnipresent in diet sodas and sugar-free keto snacks. As a physician, it breaks my heart to see patients religiously consuming these chemicals, unaware of the carnage occurring in their gut. These synthetic compounds cannot be properly digested. Instead, they act as a biological herbicide, ruthlessly wiping out the beneficial bacteria in your microbiome. When your microbiome is decimated, pathogenic bacteria flourish, releasing deadly endotoxins that travel straight through the portal vein directly into your liver. Your liver is forced to abandon its normal regenerative duties to fight off this toxic bacterial influx, leaving it chronically inflamed and utterly exhausted. You may have successfully tricked your taste buds into experiencing sweetness without calories, but you can never trick your liver, which must bear the brutal chemical burden of that deception. This unrelenting state of chronic inflammation is severely magnified by the very fats we are told to embrace for cardiovascular health. The third hidden destroyer on our list is industrial seed oils, such as canola, soybean, sunflower, and safflower oils. For decades, the medical establishment and commercial food industry have aggressively pushed these as heart-healthy alternatives to natural animal fats. But let me explain what actually happens when you consume them. These oils are extracted in massive factories using harsh petroleum-based solvents like hexane, then bleached and deodorized at incredibly high temperatures to mask their rancid smell. By the time they reach your frying pan or the ingredient list of your favorite vegan protein bar, they are loaded with highly unstable oxidized linoleic acid. When these oxidized fats enter your liver, they trigger a catastrophic chain reaction called lipid peroxidation. Imagine leaving a piece of untreated iron out in the pouring rain. It rusts. That is exactly what industrial seed oils do to the delicate cellular machinery inside your liver. They biologically rust your cells from the inside out, triggering aggressive immune responses and forming scar tissue that can eventually lead to cirrhosis. Compounding this oxidative nightmare is the fourth insidious ingredient, one that gives those plant-based milks and diet shakes their thick, creamy texture: synthetic emulsifiers. Ingredients like polysorbate 80, carrageenan, and various industrial gums are entirely foreign to human digestion. In the commercial manufacturing process, they are used to bind oil and water together so products do not separate on the grocery store shelf. But when they enter your gastrointestinal tract, they act exactly like a harsh liquid detergent. They violently scrub away the protective mucosal lining of your intestines, creating microscopic tears in the gut barrier. This condition, known as intestinal permeability or leaky gut, is a direct death sentence for liver health. Suddenly, undigested food particles, synthetic chemicals, and raw bacterial waste leak directly into your bloodstream. The liver, acting as the body's ultimate blood filter, is suddenly flooded with a tidal wave of foreign debris it was never meant to handle. It becomes a factory running at 300% capacity, eventually breaking down under the sheer volume of the toxic workload. As your liver struggles to keep its head above this toxic water, the food industry introduces yet another layer of metabolic sabotage. The fifth silent killer is an ingredient that legally allows manufacturers to print "sugar-free" on their packaging, even though it acts like pure sugar in your bloodstream: maltodextrin. You will find this highly processed, starchy powder in everything from artificial sweetener packets to low-carb protein powders and supposedly healthy salad dressings. What the bright, flashy packaging fails to mention is that maltodextrin has a glycemic index significantly higher than actual table sugar. The moment it hits your digestive system, it causes an explosive, violent spike in insulin levels. When insulin levels are artificially kept this high throughout the day by healthy snacking, your liver is permanently locked into fat storage mode. It becomes biologically impossible for your body to burn its own stored fat for fuel. Your liver cells become engorged, your cellular energy crashes, and you are left in a state of perpetual hunger and deep metabolic freeze, wondering why your rigorous diet is only making you heavier and more fatigued. Alongside these hidden carbohydrates, we must confront the illusion of modern, highly processed proteins. The sixth chemical burden destroying your liver is ultra-processed soy protein isolate and similar heavily refined plant proteins. To create these powders, manufacturers take a whole food and subject it to a grueling series of acid baths, extreme heating, and chemical extractions, stripping away all the natural enzymes and cofactors required for proper digestion. What remains is a denatured, highly isolated protein compound that places a massive, unnatural strain on your liver's urea cycle. The liver must work overtime to break down these synthetic isolates and clear the excess ammonia from your blood. I have seen countless patients like Margaret dragging themselves through the day, completely unaware that their daily health shake is actually suffocating their liver's detoxification pathways under a heavy synthetic nitrogen load. They are not feeding their muscles. They are slowly poisoning their body's master filtration system. The final blow to our biological processing plant comes from the chemicals designed to grant our food eternal life on the grocery store shelves. The seventh profoundly destructive ingredients are synthetic preservatives, most notably BHA, BHT, and calcium propionate, which are abundantly used in whole grain cereals, diet breads, and low-calorie snacks. These chemical preservatives are fundamentally endocrine disruptors. When they enter the bloodstream, your liver immediately recognizes them as a severe toxic threat. To neutralize these chemicals, your liver is forced to rapidly deplete its most precious resource, glutathione, the master antioxidant of the human body. Glutathione is your liver's primary defense shield against daily environmental stress, pollution, and cellular aging. By forcing your liver to waste its glutathione on neutralizing the synthetic preservatives in a healthy granola bar, you are stripping away its biological armor, leaving it entirely defenseless against genuine diseases and rapidly accelerating the aging process of your internal organs and your skin. This brings us back to the stark reality Margaret faced in my exam room that day. When I explained to her that her flawless dietary discipline was actually a highly orchestrated chemical poisoning, she wept. But those tears were the beginning of her profound biological redemption. I did not prescribe her another synthetic pill to mask her symptoms. Instead, we completely eliminated the diet bars, the fake sugars, the seed oils, and the processed isolates. We returned her diet to single-ingredient whole foods, pastured eggs, wild-caught fish, grass-fed butter, and fresh, untreated vegetables. Within 6 months, the transformation was nothing short of miraculous. Her brain fog completely evaporated, her digestion healed, and the dark spots on her skin simply vanished as her liver flushed out years of accumulated chemical sludge. The human liver is infinitely forgiving. It possesses an astonishing capacity to regenerate its own tissue if you simply stop feeding it the weapons of its own destruction. You have the power to change your trajectory today by turning over those packages and refusing to be a victim of commercial deception. If this message resonated with you, if it opened your eyes to the silent battle happening inside your body, please subscribe to our channel and share this video with someone you love. Together, we can break free from the chemical illusions of the modern food industry and reclaim the vibrant, radiant health we were all meant to experience. The modern health food industry has constructed a dangerous illusion, marketing highly processed, chemical-laden products as the ultimate path to wellness. In reality, these supposed health foods are secretly destroying your liver, the body's master filtration system. From the aggressive biochemical tsunami of concentrated fructose and artificial sweeteners that decimate your gut microbiome, to the oxidative rust caused by industrial seed oils and the intestinal damage triggered by synthetic emulsifiers, our biological systems are under constant assault. Furthermore, stealth carbohydrates like maltodextrin trap us in fat storage mode by spiking insulin worse than table sugar, while ultra-processed protein isolates suffocate our detoxification pathways with unnatural nitrogen loads. Finally, the synthetic preservatives keeping these products shelf-stable deplete our liver's vital glutathione, leaving us aging rapidly and defenseless against disease. The tragedy of modern dieting is that extreme discipline often equates to systematic chemical poisoning. However, the liver's regenerative power is miraculous. By abandoning synthetic food-like products and returning to single-ingredient, nutrient-dense whole foods, we can halt this invisible destruction. True health is not found in a laboratory-engineered low-calorie package, but in the natural, unadulterated nourishment our bodies were biologically designed to process. The most profound realization we must accept is that we cannot chemically engineer our way to true health. The commercial food industry prioritizes shelf life, texture, and addiction over human vitality, frequently weaponizing marketing terms like diet, low glycemic, and sugar-free to sell the very toxins making us sick. Our bodies are incredibly resilient, but they are completely unequipped to process synthetic chemicals, isolated compounds, and industrial solvents. Health is not about tricking our metabolism or eating as few calories as possible. It is about deeply respecting our biological design. Become an ingredient skeptic. Completely ignore the flashy marketing claims on the front of the package. Turn the item around and read the actual ingredient list. If you see industrial seed oils, maltodextrin, artificial sweeteners, or synthetic gums, put it back on the shelf. Adopt the single ingredient rule. Shift your daily consumption to foods that do not require an ingredient list because they are the ingredient. Grass-fed meats, pasture-raised eggs, wild-caught fish, raw vegetables, and natural fats are what your liver recognizes and thrives on. Reframe your relationship with food. Stop viewing food purely as calories to be restricted. View every meal as biological information that instructs your cells to either inflame or heal. Which of these hidden ingredients, fructose, artificial sweeteners, seed oils, emulsifiers, maltodextrin, isolated proteins, or preservatives surprised you the most? And which one are you going to check your pantry for today? Please kindly share your thoughts in the comments section below. Your perspective is incredibly valuable, and your answers help create a supportive community where we can all learn from one another. If this video opened your eyes and provided value, please subscribe to the channel to support our work. Your subscription gives us the motivation to keep uncovering the truth and producing more high-quality health content for you.